Assalamu alaikum. Miss Fatma is speaking. I hope you are in good health. Our lecture today is about teacher-centered teaching versus student-centered teaching. Outlines that we'll discuss here are beliefs about learning, who produces more in the class, a teacher or a student, all the traditional approach, student-centered method, characteristics of a student-centered learning, activities, benefits of student-centered learning, learner-centered strategies, and principles. Yes. Here, some beliefs about learning. The first one is, but students, learn in different ways. Students learn in different ways. Here, if I ask you, what are the types of learning style? What are the types of learning style or ways? Yes, here we have visual style, uh, oral style, oral style or auditory, and kinesthetic or physical style. Yes, here, visual students learn more easily and remember things better if they are associated with pictures, drawings, images, and viewing things. Yes, uh, but auditory students learn better if they are often exposed to listening activities. So students, or auditory learners prefer using sound and music. The last type here, is kinesthetic or physical. Yes, learners. Here, students prefer using their body, hands, and a sense of touch by writing, for example, by writing down words or sentences or articulating them. Yeah. Here are the second beliefs, about learning. Learning is an active, dynamic process. Yes, sorry, the first slide here, how can we find out? And the second belief here is learning is an active, dynamic process. Here, if I ask you, what is an active learning? Yes, an active learning is generally defined as any instructional method that engages students in the learning process. In brief, active learning requires the students to do meaningful learning activities and think about what they are doing. Yes. In active learning, students are involved in more than passive listening. Students are engaged in activities such as reading, discussing, writing. Uh, Also, there is less emphasis placed on information transmission. And greater emphasis placed on developing students' skills. In active learning, there is a greater emphasis placed on the exploration of attitudes and values. The students' motivation is increased, especially for adult learners. Yes, moreover, students can receive immediate feedback from their teachers. Also here, the students are involved in higher order thinking, such as analysis, synthesis, and evaluation process. Yes, here, um, an example of active learning techniques include role-playing, case studies, group projects, think, pair, share, or peer teaching, debates, etc. Yes, here, how can we get our students engaged in learning? Just think, of these questions. After that, we will answer them. How can we get our students engaged in learning? Yes, here, the third belief, here, students respond well when they are involved. Involved, what? Here, um, how can we involve them? How we can involve the students in the teaching and learning process? Yes, here, by using verbal and non-verbal hints or clues to encourage participation. A teacher can move around the room or the class and make eye contact with all students, particularly those who tend to be quiet. When asking questions, give students time to think before they respond. Teacher should listen fully to. Teachers should listen fully to their students' questions and answers. And avoid interrupting. Their students. Yes. Also here, students learn with guidance, not prescriptions. What do you mean by that? Students learn with guidance. Yes, here, the rule of guidance, that the teacher can use, in the classroom to, to instruct and guide, their students. Here, this, guidance helps students guidance helps to shape a student's behavior and also instill enough discipline in them. Proper guidance helps students achieve their goals. Well guided and consulted students know what to do and how to do things in the best possible way. So students learn how to live in peace and harmony with others in the school community. Yes. How can students be encouraged to try things out and discover? Yes, just to try to think, about this question. Yes, here, also knowledge is internal and the students build it. This means that, here, students learn by connecting a new knowledge with prior knowledge, which means, what is prior knowledge? Knowledge and concepts that they already know, thereby, constructing a new meanings. So students, learn by connecting, a new knowledge and the prior knowledge, and after that they can construct new meanings. Also, students connect knowledge most effectively in active social classrooms where they negotiate understanding through interaction and varied approaches. By the end of this lecture, students will, or you will be able to provide the answers to the questions. Yeah. Here, if I ask you who, yes, in your class, just, in your class, who produces more? You as a teacher or your students? Yes. Here, according to your answer, we can identify, the type of the teacher can follow. If he, if you are, if you are using a teacher-centered teaching or a learner-centered teaching. Yes, here, if the teacher, produces more, in the classroom, this means that, the teacher-centered teaching. And if, the student produces more than the teacher in the classroom, so here, this means that learner-centered teaching. Yes. So if the student, produces more than the teacher in the classroom, this means that, here, we focused on learner-centered teaching, which, focuses on student learning rather than the teacher's teaching. Yes. Also, this means that learners, are responsible for their learning, while the teacher is responsible for facilitating the learning. Yes, here, also, this shift the focus of instruction from the teacher to the student. Yes, and vice versa. If the teacher is producing more than than the students, this will be teacher-centered teaching. Yes. Here, so in all the traditional approach, Most class time is spent with the teacher lecturing and the students watching and listening. So here, okay, the teacher centered teaching, and the teacher here as a producer, and the role of the student here as a receiver in all the traditional approach. Yes, as you see, okay, in these pictures. Yes, yes, okay. In all the traditional approach, the dominant is for the teacher. Yes. Okay. Also, okay. Okay. In all the traditional approach, students work individually on assignments, and cooperation is discouraged. Okay. Moreover, activities have no meaningful purposes. Yes. So, okay, the result, okay, so we can get this result, okay, by, okay, from using all the traditional approach in teaching and learning process. Okay, as you see here, okay, as you see in these pictures, okay, one of the students is sleeping, yes, and the other feels, maybe, okay, feels bored, yes. Student-centered methods, okay, in this, okay, method, okay, this method shifts, okay, the focus of activities from the teacher to the learner. Yes, in active learning, yes, students are creating, yes, okay, yes, students, okay, are creating, okay, are solving problems, are discussing, are answering questions, yes, okay, formulating questions of their own, can make, okay, debate, okay, are explaining, and students make brainstorming. Yes, here, okay, inshallah, we'll discuss them in, okay, in the progress, okay, of this presentation. Yes, here, okay, what are the main characteristics of a student-centered class? Yes, here, okay, students are active doers, but the teachers are organizers. So here, okay, the teacher, okay, so the role of the teacher, okay, here is, yes, the teacher should create an environment that fosters the students' learning, motivate, okay, yes, environment that motivates the students to accept responsibility for learning, utilizes multiple teaching techniques appropriate for student, okay, goals. Yes, also a environment, okay, okay, the teacher should create an environment that designs, okay, activities in which students interact with the material, the teacher, and each other. Okay, also inspires and encourages student ownership of learning. Yes. Okay, and okay, the rule, okay, or the responsibility here, okay, also the responsibility of the learners here, okay, students, okay, should, okay, students develop learning skill, okay, students become self-directed learners, they can and do assess their own learning, students become proficient at self-assessment, so responsibility is shared. So here, okay, responsibility is shared between the students and the teacher. Yes. Okay, here, okay, when you are thinking about activities and tasks to include, okay, in your class, okay, here, okay, by using, okay, while you are using a second, sorry, okay, while you are using a student-centered learning, the activities or tasks, okay, must contain prediction, self-discovery, lesson involvement, knowledge application, varied students interaction patterns, which are teacher student interaction and student student interaction. Yes. Okay, we can achieve this, okay, okay, so we can achieve this, okay, checklist through different kinds of activities. Yes. Okay, in brief or in short, all of the tasks and activities that teachers prepare must facilitate a positive and an effective learning environment. Yes, don't forget that. Here, okay, yes, here, okay, benefits of student-centered learning. Okay, before discussing that, okay, just okay, let's remember the questions that we are mentioned in the first slides, okay, of this presentation, which are how can we find out the different ways our students learn, how can we get our students engaged in learning, how can we involve students, okay, how can students be encouraged to try things out and discover, okay, the last question here, okay, is what's the teacher's role, okay. Okay, you can answer these questions, okay, okay, from here, okay, in this slides. Students, okay, can work in small groups at school or home. Yes, students have access to more materials. Also, students are directly involved in what they study. Yes, okay, students take ownership of their learning. Okay, moreover, students are more motivated and committed. But the teacher's rule here, okay, is okay, teachers act as facilitators, okay, and guides. Teachers help students to work out learning strategies. Okay, in addition, teachers develop students' research ability. Yes? So, a good teacher is one who makes himself progressively unnecessary. Yes, in the classroom. Okay, how do you incorporate? Just try to think, okay, about this question. How do you incorporate technology in your classroom? Yes. How, okay, do you incorporate technology in your classroom? Yes. Here, okay, by using technology to enhance, okay, of course, by using technology to enhance student learning, achieve meaningful learning by incorporating virtual peer interaction, such as a chat, Facebook, blog, discussion boards, etc. Yes. Okay, we saw if okay so if the teachers, okay, use technology and student-centered approach, okay, they will have active learning in the classroom. Yes. Yes. Okay. If I ask you, just okay, think about that. Okay, as a teacher, do we give our students knowledge or help them discover it themselves? Just try to think about this question. Do as a teacher, yes. Do as a teachers, yes, as teachers. Okay, do we give our students knowledge or help them discover it themselves? Of course, yes. Okay, we help our students to discover knowledge by themselves. Okay, so we can use learner-centered teaching, okay, method. Yes, here, okay, learner-centered strategies, okay, promote in the process learning. If I ask you here, okay, what are learner-centered strategies which promote in the process, okay, learning? Yes. Okay, firstly, okay, the main goal of learning strategies is to get students to become more effective learners. Yes, here we have, there are different types of interactive activities that can be utilized in the learner-centered classroom. Some activities, yes, like here, okay, like discussion and role play are quite suitable as working together activities. Yes, here, okay, okay, if I ask you what is, okay, a role play activity, Yes. Here, okay, role playing is an interesting example of an active learning and teaching strategy. Yeah. Okay. Role playing is a way, okay, of bringing a situation from real life into the classroom. Yes, the importance of role playing. Here, okay, a role play, okay, as a fun and a playful activity, okay, but also a key component in the children's learning. Role play is a social, space that develops speaking and listening skills. Yes, here, okay. Just try to think in this question. Do you think role play is an effective teaching method? Do you think? Yes, here, okay, role play as a one strategy, okay, as one of a learner-centered strategy. Yes, strategies as one of learner-centered strategies. Do you think role play is an effective teaching method? Of course, yes. Role playing is an effective teaching method and should be used to help actively engage and participate students in their learning. Yeah. Yes. Here, okay. The second, okay, learner-centered strategy is brainstorming. Yes. Here, okay, we have brainstorming. Yes. Brainstorming can lead to a very lively discussion. Yes, here, okay, okay. Yes, okay. Brainstorming is a strategy. What is a brainstorming? If I ask you, what is brainstorming? Okay, as you see here, okay, in the picture, okay, what is brainstorming? A brainstorming is a strategy used to generate a number of ideas. Okay, to generate a number of ideas, as you see here, okay, here in okay on the table, okay, to help solve a particular problem. Yes. Okay, here, okay, brainstorming as one of the learner-centered strategy. Yes, okay. Here, okay, student-centered learning encourages students to take an active role in the learning process. Brainstorming is one of the ways or strategies to student-centered learning because it is an open sharing activity which is usually conducted in small groups to encourage participation. Yes. So what? Okay. So it's very important to pay attention for that. Okay, that brainstorming. Okay, it is an open sharing activity which is usually conducted in small groups to encourage participation. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I also here. Okay, we have yes, okay, open learning, another learner-centered strategy, which is open learning. Yes, here, okay, open learning is used to describe learning situations. Yes, to describe learning situations in which learners have the flexibility to choose, okay, from a variety of options in relation to the time, a place, instructional methods, modes of access, and other factors related to their learning process, as you see, okay, in this picture. Yes, also here, okay, and we have a group projects. A group projects here, yes, as one, okay, of center of learner-centered strategy. Yes, okay. The group projects, okay, group project, okay, work as one of the best way to implement learner-centered, method. The project-based learning takes learner centeredness, okay, to a higher level. The main advantage of this way or of this activity is that the students, okay, get control for what they are doing. Also, the rule of the, okay, teacher is to observe the students to watch how they interact, how they carry out the research, and how they organize and plan their projects. Yes. Okay. Also, okay, in group projects, okay, here, okay, strategy or activity, okay, okay. In this activity, we bring, okay, real life into the classroom. Okay, this activity brings facts to life. Okay, also group projects, work allows life itself to form part of the classroom and provides hundreds of opportunities for learning, as you see here, okay, in this lecture, in this picture. Here, okay, um, yes, okay. Also, okay, here, okay, project work involves real life communicative situations such as analyzing, deciding, editing, rejecting, organizing, yes, and involves multidisciplinary skills which can be brought from other subjects. Yes, all in all, group projects, okay, promote a higher level thinking skills than just learning vocabulary and structures. Yes, and the last, okay, strategy here, okay, of learner centered is simulation. Okay, here, okay, what is simulation? Yes, simulations, okay, are instructional scenarios where the learner is placed in a world defined by the teacher. Yes, okay, simulations represent a reality within which students interact. The teacher controls the parameters of this world and uses it to achieve the desired instructional results. So, students experience the reality of the scenario and gather meaning from it. Okay, here, okay, so a simulation is a form of experiential learning. It is a strategy that fits well with, the principles of student-centered and constructivist learning and teaching. Uh, okay, we have, okay, some forms of simulations such as a game, a role play, or an activity that acts, okay, as a metaphor. Yes. Okay, here, okay, what are learner-centered principles? Yes, here, okay, we have, okay, the first principle, okay, of learner-centered is non-participation destroys attention. This means that, okay, this means that the student, the central is the backbone of teaching and learning process. The student, plays, okay, an important role in teaching and learning process. So non-participation destroys attention. So it's very important to give your students a chance and, okay, a space to participate and do, okay okay yes, and do activities to learn from that, such as activities, role play, debates, okay, simulations, as we discussed in the previous, okay, some strategies of learner centered. Yes. Yes, here, okay, another principle of learner centered is if students, okay, or if your students can explain the content, okay, you don't have to. So just, okay, here the role of the teacher as a facilitator, as a guider. Yes, okay, as to guide, okay, to guide and instruct your students. So here the main rule, okay, is for the students in teaching and learning process. Yes, okay. Third principle here is promoting diversity in perspectives and styles. Yes, it's very important, as you see here, okay, in this picture. So this is according to the individual differences among students. So each student has his own perspective and style in teaching and learning. Yes. Initiate search processes. Okay, in learner-centered method, we depends on activities that enhance searching, that enhance that enhance students to search about the knowledge and information. So here as so it's very necessary to depend on this words. Learn me how to hunt the fish, not to eat the fish. So it's very necessary to for teachers to pay attention for these words. It's very necessary to learn your students to hunt the fish, not to eat the fish. Yes, this is the meaning of initiate search process. Yes, also here, let them create something. If we let our students, if we learn our students, to hunt the fish, not to eat the fish, our students will be creative and create something from what they are learning. Thank you. With my best regards and wishes for